Hi, my name is Abigail B, and on this channel I talk about home and lifestyle. I show and talk about how you can really elevate your space to its full potential. It's all about making things look AP. I do my research so you do not have to. Now, if you love home and lifestyle content, you're going to love this channel. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And follow me on Instagram as well. I'm going to put this up there so you follow me on the Better Space. Now let's get straight into it. Firstly, look at the outfit. I'm just wearing I'm talking about outfit because some people have comments like, I like your top, I like your this and that. Today's very simple. I'm just literally wearing a shirt. It's actually my husband's shirt. It's like a slim fit one. I thought it was going to be oversized, but it's actually not. It fits so well. And yeah, and I've just got like this waistcoat thing. What I need to get is like a black tie and a blazer. Oh, this will just be the vibe. But right, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Okay, now you need to avoid these things because from my research, from my experience, I believe that these things in your home are devaluing your decor. You want to walk into your space and feel like it truly is luxury or taming luxury. And if that is your thing, I'm sure this is the reason why you're watching this video, because you're looking around and you do not want your home to look cheap. I hate using that word, like truly I hate using it, but it's because it's just so insulting. But the thing is, it's the truth. And I really speak truth, like I don't hold anything back. I try and be a little bit nice because I'm a nice person. So I try not to cause any offense. And if this is something that you truly love, I always advocate about being true to yourself and being authentic. So continue doing it. If it's really bringing you happiness, just continue doing what you're doing. Okay, don't come for me. Okay. So these are things that I think that you just need to just not do. Okay, first is first. I've spoken about this in previous videos and it's still happening. I'm still seeing it and I really don't understand why brands are still selling it. But anyway, it's because there's a community of people that still like this. But this type of style goes very well. This type of item goes really well with a certain particular design style, and that design style simply doesn't emulate to luxury decor. It's as simple as that. That's, if you love that type of design style, then that's why you would have this item. But in luxury decor, in glam decor, contemporary, those type of styles, we do not have this item in there, and that's what's going to devalue your decor. So please stay away from it. That is signs. Now, I'm talking all these types of signs. I'm showing pictures now. Like, these type of signs, we don't need it. You don't need to say that it's a bath. You don't need to say it's a kitchen. You don't need to say keep calm and all the rest of it. The neon signs that we have for outdoors, I'm a little bit, because there's been times when I've been actually tempted to go and get one for an outdoor space, like with some nice greenery in the background. Or if you have a commercial space like a makeup area, beauty parlor, then those things kind of make sense. But if we're talking residential in your home, you do not need to have neon lights. Even by the bar, I would say no, probably, because I just think if you have like a bar space, there's ways that you can really try and elevate that space and just make it look very classy and luxurious. And I really feel that just, it doesn't look that great. Like, it just doesn't. And I'm going to try and find some pictures and just show you, like, in comparison, if we're talking about bar space, like, look at these two in comparison. Can you see the difference here? So me personally, I wouldn't do it. And I'm advising you not to. Just keep away from the signs, okay? The next thing that you've got in your home, you probably need to stop or get rid of, that's making your home look cheap, is outdated furniture. Now, if that...
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh my god. If the furniture is vintage, that's very different to outdated. I'm talking about things that look really worn out, things that look tired, things that didn't have value in the first place because you can just tell from quality. Those type of things actually just need to go. Like, either sell it on or just recycle it. It just brings down the sense of classiness and luxury in the space. It makes everything else just look very tired and it doesn't look well put together. It doesn't give it the elevation that it needs. Elevation is things that are quite clean, cut, things that complement each other. So if you've got really new items that's looking fresh and you've got this tile thing, even if it's just that one item, everything else is just going to look bad. It's kind of like if you have a fruit bowl and you've got fresh fruit and you've got one bad apple or one bad orange that's just going having fungus and all the rest of it. Like that's that ugly couch in your room. That's what it is. Or that's that ugly chair, or that's the curtain that needs to go. So I would say just get rid of the item and bring something fresh into the space, and automatically you can see how much of the difference something so small like that can actually make to the room. If you're struggling to see what is outdated in your room, because to you, maybe your eyes may be different, and to you, you think that that item is looking okay. I said this in the previous video, you may have to get a friend or family or get an interior designer like myself to get some help on how you can really upscale your room. And I myself will be able to give you that advice to say, girl, you don't need that blanket anymore. You don't need that torn up cushion anymore. Let's get rid of it. Okay? All right, so those are the things that you need to do. Another example, which is related to a different type of interior design style, but however, as we're going for contemporary luxury here, I probably would avoid this. And this is having too many colors in the room. Now, modern glam, or there is another type of style like maximalism, you can have various colors in the room. And you can have, even with monochromatic, the same color but different shades of it, or one or two of it. But when you're just having so many different colors, and I'm talking about vibrant, bright colors, I'm talking about pinks, blues, red, green, orange, pink, the rest of it, that maximalist style doesn't really go with the luxury decor that we're trying to attain here. And it sometimes can look quite cheap, especially if you're not coordinating the colors properly, if the colors don't complement each other properly and they're complete contrast. It just really makes the room look so busy as you walk in. You feel overwhelmed. You don't feel that sense of calmness. And this is not what we want in this kind of contemporary style. We want to feel classiness. And I keep doing the movements because it just makes you feel like we're talking about this subject. But you want to feel that kind of sense of serene and that sense of, feeling collected. And you don't have that when you've got too many colors in the room. So keep it minimal, stick to one or two. And if you do want to inject something else in there, just make sure that it's a color that actually will complement everything else. And it makes it very cohesive and brings it all together. And I'll show you some pictures or examples of how you can do this and the best way of bringing in color without it looking too messy and even though I'm an interior designer and I am designing other people's homes, it doesn't mean that I'm 100% perfect. I'm still learning, I'm still doing my research, and there's things that I have seen from my experience. I'm using it as an experience to teach others so they don't make the same mistakes. But if you keep doing this, it is really going to devalue your home. You have to do this in moderation, even though I advocate for you to do this. And that is having too much DIY in your home. If you have a furniture piece and you've upcycled it, even like there was one well-known interior designer which I really do look up to him, and he said that upcycling in these various ugly colors just looks so cheap, and already you're just going on a bad wavelength with that. It's trial and error, so there's going to be some imperfections, and if there's a collected amount of imperfections going on, it becomes very significant, and you see this as you walk into this space and you just can't achieve it. So if your furniture and your sofa is a DIY, your table is a DIY, your wall art is a DIY, your TV unit is a DIY, your table is a DIY, like literally everything. Unless you are a professional in that trade, if you're a carpenter or an artist and all the rest of it, then amazing. But if you're not, I would say do some things that are DIY, yes, to save some money. You can do it, build in a budget, and do some things that, if you can do and achieve it, and they are easy to do. But there's some things, just leave it to professionals. Just leave it to a professional. Like, there's no point in trying to achieve something that you can't, So I'm very shocked that I'm saying that, but it's the truth. Another thing that is really bringing the value of your decor right down is sizing. Sizing is very important, sizing and placement. So if we're talking about living rooms, which sometimes I predominantly do talk about living room spaces, you need to get sizing right. Things need to be in proportion and placement needs to be correct with that. So if you have a dining table and it's, you know, a relatively good size and you have some very minute little looking chairs, again, that just doesn't look good. It looks quite cheap. Or you have some really chunky chairs and your dining table is only fit for four and you're putting so many chairs for like six people to sit. Again, doesn't look right. Or if you have a sofa that's way too small for the space and you have empty, unnecessary space that's not even being used properly, again, it brings down the value of the space. There's so many examples that I can show with that, but sizing and proportion is really important. Even I talk about like with wall art, I would say unless you're going for like a traditional style, sometimes smaller artwork can look okay, especially if you're doing like a gallery wall. I'm not even going to talk about gallery walls. We're not talking about today. But anyway, I would just say if anytime you're in doubt, just go quite big. Oh my gosh, I've just seen halfway through this video that why are my candles crooked? Oh my gosh, guys, 1 minute. How embarrassing. If you spotted that, then well done. It means that you've got that eye. If you didn't, it's fine. It's probably good. Anyway, as I was saying, another thing that's actually, you may have the most beautiful style home, you probably styled it really well, but if you don't do this right as well, you can't capture the space if it doesn't get illuminated properly, and that is lighting. Make sure you get your lighting right. And I've learned recently actually that layers of lighting is actually very, very adorning and it looks so good in luxury contemporary decor. So when I mean by layer of lightning, layer of light. So just having one light in the middle of the room. Come on, we in 2024 now. Like, let's not do that. So if you do have only one space for lighting, that's fine, but doesn't mean you can't add any more. So have some wall lights. If you have got a piece of art, you can have some overhead picture lights, have some lamps. You don't have to just have one lamp, you can have two. You can have lighting behind your TV or your TV media wall. Just introduce different layers of lighting at different stages. So you've got some at the top, some at eye level, and then some down that's bringing it to meet the lighting there. And try not to have white light because white light is just too starch, like it's just too clinical and it looks like you're in some kind of weird fluorescent kitchen space. I don't know, it's just giving me that vibe. Even thinking about it, I'm just like ill. So try and be careful and just have like warm lighting, especially in your living room. Kitchens, you can do it quite bright because you want to see what you're doing, and especially if you've got like white aesthetics in there, it just looks beautiful. But I would say in your hallway, your living room, your bedroom, layer of lighting, go for warm light, not white light in those spaces. So yeah, start from the bottom and then have some at the bottom that meet at the top, and it just gives that ambience, makes it subdued, it makes it quite, as I've mentioned before, sophisticated, you know, opulent. We're using all those words because that is what it does. And yeah, I can't stress enough about lighting because I've spoken it so many times because it's so important and people just keep getting it wrong. Those are a few things I want to share that's really making your place look cheap. There's so much more. I'm probably going to do more videos on this because there's actually a few that I thought about and I was like, no, I need to bring this up. But yeah, I'll bring it up in another video. If you enjoyed this one and you learned something, please comment below, let me know, like, do not forget to subscribe, please. Follow me on Instagram because it's going to help me. And yeah, I will see you in another video. Bye.